wanting to look expensive this winter but aren't really sure where to start and how you can elevate your outfits to look absolutely chic, you're in the right place. Welcome back to goodness knows what day of Vlogmas we are on, but it is your girl Jordan of Little Miss JB Style, your pear-shaped shorty style guru, helping you to elevate your life. And my first tip, stay hydrated. Whether you are on a budget or you're just unsure where to start in terms of what to buy for your wardrobe, how to pair things together because you want to look expensive, you want to look like luxury because girl, you deserve to feel like it. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. You're in the right place, and I'm going to share with you tips on how to look expensive this winter season because it is not as hard as you think. I promise with a few tweaks, you are going to be looking absolutely elevated and turning heads every day. If you haven't already, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. You don't want to miss a video from me because I'm just sharing all things chic, how you can elevate your life and reach that next level that you want to get to. As always, if there's anything that you see that you absolutely love, you really need, you want to add it to your wardrobe, there are links in the description, girl. I got you. I would not leave you out here high and dry. I always want to give you the tea, okay? Let's get into it. Honestly, there are three things that couldn't be more simple on how to look expensive for winter, okay? And my number one tip being all the way at the end, so watch all the way through, okay? The very first thing is your shoes, okay? I won't be one to tell you you have to avoid certain styles of shoes. I don't even hate on the UGG shoe, and I know everyone's kind of like, ooh, they're chuggy and cringy, But honestly, here's a couple reasons why your footwear is important and some things for you to keep in mind as you're considering your footwear. 1, clean your shoes, okay? People with money take care of their things, okay? I know that seems like really crazy. Very, very, very few people who have spent a lot of money on something won't take care of it, okay? Like my grandfather, who was making $200K a year, bought a white leather couch, and when I tell you that thing is pristine 15 years later, okay? That is one signature kind of like hallmark of people who are put together, of people who look good, of people who look expensive. They keep their things clean, especially their shoes. Think about when you're walking down the street and you see people in their Uggs and they just look crusty, like they look like this, just a hot mess, salt stains, not taken care of. That is just making you look like déclassé, just not making you look like you are elegant and put together. That makes a difference, okay? Before you even think about any new footwear that you might have to add, take some time, whether you do it yourself or you pay someone, to have your shoes cleaned, whether that's your sneakers, your winter boots, your ankle boots. Literally taking an afternoon to clean off all of your footwear before the season starts. And then don't forget to add a protective layer, okay? I cannot stress this enough. A good spray like to protect your shoes, because if you live up north, you've seen the snow looks cute at first, but when it turns into that brown, slushy, icky mess, your shoes don't stand a chance. So make sure you spray them also with a protective layer before you even start off the season. And that's gonna go such a long way in making you look elevated and elegant and put together. So the next thing that you really wanna keep in mind, just think about some classic styles of footwear, because it really does make a difference when you are out and about. Especially in winter, there's very few things in your actual outfit people are gonna see because you're pretty bundled up most of the time. So shoes make a big deal. When you're thinking about shoes, honestly, I would say avoid any thin heels. I know you wanna be cute, but girl, your ankles, your hips, your back, when you fall, my neck and my back. Like, it's not worth it. It is not worth the injury. Be a little practical when it comes to winter. It is absolutely okay. If you're confused in terms of like what kind of boots and things to buy, especially winter boots, good winter boots, get your inspiration from the après-ski movement, like rich luxury people out on the slopes. They have some really good footwear. Obviously, you'll see a lot of the moon boot. Honestly, UGG type shoes are pretty fashionable. Anything that's really got like a higher shaft, if there's some cute faux fur trim, that just instantly elevates like a basic winter boot and gives it that luxe touch that you're like looking for to really look elegant, okay? The other thing when it comes to boots, don't be scared to get some classic ankle boots with like a thicker heel, something like this. Very classic, you can dress up with everything. It's gonna be a little more stable unless it's snow. Like if there's ice, honestly, I cannot stress, just don't even bother with heels. I'm sorry, like I'm gonna say it. Not worth trying to kill yourself. But on those days where it's actually fairly safe to wear heels, a boot like this is gonna be very, very solid, very, very classic. If you don't want to spend a lot of time taking care of your shoes or paying a lot of money to make sure that your shoes look clean, pick materials that are easy to clean, okay? So the faux leathers, the nubuck, things like that, you can add water and wash off relatively easily compared to leather, suede. They'll be easier to care for, which means you can keep them clean and you'll look more expensive. The last thing when it comes to shoes, don't be afraid to have some personality, okay? This is a really fun way to just pack a punch because again, 9 times out of 10 as you're like hustling and bustling to wherever you're going to, most people are not gonna see your outfit because you're bundled up. So a good pair of shoes is an easy way to elevate and look expensive. So think fun prints. Zebra print is having a major moment for winter, so a pair of zebra print shoes. Croc textured boots, always a classic, something that you'll wear year after year after year, especially if you pick it in a good color like a white, a brown. That's just gonna be really solid and something you'll wear year after year and looks really expensive without having to spend a lot of money. So to quickly summarize the footwear, okay, we are paying attention to the material. You wanna pick materials that are gonna be easy to clean if you do not wanna have to spend a lot of time cleaning your shoes or paying for your shoes to be clean. 2, making sure your shoes are clean, so taking some time at the beginning of the season and also at the end of the season to really clean off your shoes, get all that salt and that buildup off so they look nice and new, because that's gonna look luxurious, expensive, like money. And the third thing is just to use your shoes to interject some personality and really add a little bit more elevated touch. So again, some patterns, some textures, some faux fur will add just a little bit more luxury and a little bit more je ne sais quoi to your outfits and help them to stand out for winter. The second thing, accessories. So many people sleep on accessories, and if you live up north, I get it. It's hard because it's cold, okay? Like, it's been cold the last 2 days. I have not wanted to leave my house. I have been living like in a puffer jacket, okay? It's cold. It's cold. And so the more luxurious looking outerwear sometimes just doesn't cut it. I will be honest, it doesn't cut it. But so this is where you might want to invest a little bit more money is in your accessories. And I don't just mean like the bags. I'm talking about hats, scarves, and gloves, okay? These are gonna make a difference, especially in winter, like really packing a punch to your outfit. It is a great way to add another layer, to add a little more luxe, adding some textures. I feel like a lot of people sleep on textures. Textures is such a great way to add a more luxurious vibe to an otherwise simple outfit, okay? So as you're thinking about outerwear, we're gonna start with hats. I can't stress this enough. There is something about faux fur in the winter that just, it gives and it gives, okay? So we saw in the House of Gucci, okay, Lady Gaga, I have literally a similar faux fur headband, and it serves. If you have natural hair and you're worried about hat hair, honestly, think headbands, think earmuffs. These are a great way to keep your ears and your head warm. It is functional, but they will also be fashionable and very, very chic, and they won't ruin your hairdo because, girl, I get it. We spent hours. I did the definition, okay? I made sure my curls were popping. I don't want to ruin it, and a hat is really easy to ruin. So don't sleep on headbands or earmuffs. But also good hats, say a good bucket hat or a good beanie can also be really, really chic and help you keep warm. And these are, again, just gonna add a little extra layer and a little extra touch to your outfit. Next is scarves. Honestly, I am not the biggest fan of scarves, not because they don't look luxe. I'm a huge fan of faux fur scarves, but regular scarves and I just beef. Like, I try and wrap it around my face, but then I feel like there's too much on my face and it feels like my skin's gonna break out, and I don't like stuff like that. I'm very, very picky about things on my face because I do have sensitive skin. So me and like scarves wrapped around, just, it ain't giving for me. But here's how you can do it. Here's another way you can do it. Scarves are a really great way, again, if you have a very basic coat, a very simple outfit, to interject that personality. Monogram scarves with your initials look so chic, so put together. It's that like touch. Again, we've talked about this in my how to look expensive video, that tailoring, that made custom for you, that just, it gives. So if you can get your hat, if you can get your scarf, and you can get gloves that are like monochromed and like very nice fabrics, thinking faux furs, thinking cashmere, those are gonna go a really, really long way. And again, don't think that you have to be boring and just get like nude colors. Have fun with prints, have fun with color. That is a great way, again, to show some personality, and you can look luxurious in colors and prints, okay, I swear. The last accessory to consider, gloves, okay, and again, faux fur. There's just, for me, winter, if you're thinking like the elegant winter texture, it is faux fur or it is shearling, okay? But I personally gravitate towards faux fur because even in its cheapest form, it can still look very expensive compared to shearling. You have to find a really well-made shearling piece because those can start to look a little raggedy, a little crazy after just a couple of wears. That being said, what I recommend is a good pair of leather gloves. That's gonna go a long way in classic black. They're gonna keep your hands warm, and again, get real leather if you can. I know there's some back and forth about weather and it being ethical and things like that, but from a functionality perspective, real leather gloves just keep your hands warm compared to the cheap faux leather knockoffs. Next, don't be afraid to have some patterns. That is a great way to really add a little bit more drama. I think people don't think about that often enough. You just grab a pair of gloves to keep your hands warm, but if you can get some that match your coat, it's, girl. So think about that as you're buying pieces. You want to try and coordinate, I would say, your hat and your gloves together. Your scarf can kind of help to elevate your coat, and your shoes should also blend too into the aesthetic. So you want to make sure that you're pairing the pieces together so that they complement each other and nothing's really competing too much with one another, and then it just doesn't come together exactly how you want it to. So start small, start minimal, and slowly build into adding the colors and patterns until you figure out the way to do it that you feel looks the most elevated and elegant to you. Before we get into the rest of it, I'm really curious, what is one thing that you see other people wear in winter that just screams luxury, that just screams elegant, just screams money? Let me know in the comments below. I'm super curious. Last but not least, my number one tip, seriously, to looking expensive in winter is quality coats. Okay, quality layering pieces, quality outerwear. That is essential, okay? Even if you're not gonna wear a winter coat, a good jacket, a good cardigan, okay? This Hanifa one, you can see the full length here. These kinds of pieces instantly make you look like that girl, okay? Maxi always, in my opinion, because Maxi gives the drama, it gives that elegance, it gives that, money, okay? That is the key, okay? So I'm just gonna show you a couple of examples of different coats and what to look for in your coat. So the very first kind of coat, a classic maxi coat that isn't quite a pea coat, that's actually a little bit more fitted, a little bit more tailored, that looks like money. And no matter what color you get it in, you're gonna slay, okay? So even if you do black or you do camel, but don't be afraid to try a print houndstooth or dog's tooth. That is a classic every year. It always gets looks. I have this one from Zara. Seriously, I get asked about it every flippin' year, okay? And I've had this for 3 years. The other thing is, you're looking at coats, do not be afraid of faux fur or shearling. It just gives, I'm gonna say it, and I love that you can just throw that on over a very basic outfit. Think like a classic sweater, a classic pair of jeans, and then just some like matching boots that match the coat. You know what I mean? And that's why I say good outerwear for winter really is the best thing that you can spend your money on if you want to look expensive. And you don't even have to spend a whole lot. Honestly, majority of my coats are actually under $100, or I got them on crazy sale. Even the Hanifa cardigan I have on right now, I got with 35% off. So you do not have to spend all the coins, but taking the time to pick maybe 2 good coats, a cute cardigan, and a nice jacket, you will be set up for winter to look absolutely amazing. On top of, again, as we talked about, accessorizing, so a cute headband, some matching gloves, and then a good pair of shoes. That is the secret, that is the tea, that is how you look expensive, honestly, is just picking some classic pieces. You don't have to stick to basic colors, but sticking to something that is going to give that pop, and then making your accessories work around it. So if you want your coat to be the statement, don't go too overboard then with your accessories or your boots. Or if you want the shoes and the hats to kind of be more of a statement, keep the rest of your outfit muted. And you can step up a very basic coat that's in a plain color by adding a scarf and adding a hat and some good accessories. So that is it. Those are the 3 things that you need to do in order to look expensive this winter. I hope that you found this video helpful. If you did, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. Do not miss a video from me if you don't already. Check me out on my other social platforms. I'm on TikTok, Pinterest, Like to Know It, tons of in-app exclusives, so there's a reason to follow me everywhere. And I appreciate you watching all the way through. And I hope that this helped you, because that is my goal. I really do want to give you tips and tricks on how to elevate your life and get to where you want to get to, queen, because you absolutely deserve it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in a couple of days. Happy Vlogmas!